everyone, today I want to share with you my procedure to dye my hair with henna and indigo. The dye in henna is called Lawson and in indigo it's indigo. The amount of dye varies from plant to plant, and also please be aware that the results that you will obtain for your hair may also vary depending on your hair color and hair type and structure. I'm aiming here for a dark copper color, which can be obtained by mixing 75% henna with 25% of indigo. If you want darker shades, you can mix them 50% to 50% or even go with 75% indigo and 25% henna. Just one thing to know, if you want black, don't start with the indigo, because dyeing only with indigo will result in a greenish grayish color, and that's maybe not what you want in your hair. So if you want black hair, I definitely recommend the two-step process, and that means you dye your hair with 100% henna first, then wait 1 or 2 days, and then you dye with 100% indigo over it. That's how you will obtain a real solid black color for your hair. What you see now is already the result. This is how it looked before. And now let's start. We start with 3 to 5 beetroots, depending on the size. After peeling, we cut them into cubes. I have 232 grams of organic beetroot here. Fill it into a cooking pot and add enough water that everything is well covered. The water should be 1 or 2 fingers higher than the beetroot. I have used around 300 milliliters of water. Let this simmer for around 30 minutes with a closed lid. Feel free to add more water if too much of it is evaporating. In the next step, we prepare the henna and indigo. As mentioned before, we mix 75% henna with 25% indigo and use a total amount of 150 grams. This means we need 112,5 gram henna and 37,5 gram indigo. Since my balance cannot do that, we rounded to 113 grams of henna and 38 grams of indigo. Afterwards, we mix the powder well. In the meanwhile, the beetroots are ready, and we can divide beetroot and liquid by pouring through a sieve. Add a bit of the hot beetroot water to your dye powder and mix carefully with a fork to avoid mess in your kitchen, which can happen easily. If you don't have enough beetroot water, you can also just add hot water, hot black tea, or use organic beetroot juice instead. I would recommend to mix it all well with a hand mixer when you reach the creamy consistency. After all is mixed well, we add 2 tiny traces of vitamin C to acidify our dye. Henna needs an acidic environment to release the dye best. To acidify even more and nurture our hair well while incubation, let's also add some sips of organic apple vinegar. Don't dilute your dye too much. At the end, it should have a yogurt-like consistency. Woohoo! We're done for now. Let's cover the bowl with some foil. I put the dye in a water bath for 4 hours by putting it into a metal bowl filled with hot water. You can of course use any bowl, but the metal bowls holds the heat well and I don't need to exchange water so often during the 4 hours necessary for the proper dye release. Also, don't use boiling water. It should be hot but not anymore boiling because this would damage the dye. I washed my hair with shampoo free from any film building agents like silicones or PEGs. By the way, these are not beneficial for your hair anyways, throw them away. Also, don't use any conditioner because that's the same. In the next step, we put the henna on our nearly dry hair. I usually do it while bent over the bathtub because henna can be a bit messy, and this way it's easier for me, but I couldn't film that. If you have put all the henna onto your hair, wrap your hair in foil. I usually add a reusable hair cap on top because the henna needs to stay warm to dye your hair properly. Then let's incubate for another 4 hours. You can also blow dry over the hair cap from time to time during that incubation time to keep your hair warm. At the end, rinse your hair with pure water until all henna is out, and you're done. Don't use shampoo or conditioner, just pour water. So this is the result of the dye after 3 days. The henna needs time to develop. That means it needs to oxidize. So if you don't have the wanted color afterwards, it will get darker after a few days. Give it time to oxidize. If you see some tiny short hair on my head, this is not breakage. I was dealing with hair loss a few months ago, and now the hairs are growing again, and this is what you see. So no, I didn't damage my hair with the henna. Henna is actually very, very caring and nourishing, and also protects your hair. And yeah, if you also have the same problem and you're dealing with hair loss, and I have dealt with that several times in my life, then please watch the video linked here. I hope you liked my video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. And I'm happy to see you in another video. Have a nice day.